Live uh, people attending, and the mic just went on. So anyway, I'm sure you heard me on Facebook Live. So we welcome you today. We're excited to be here. Reverend Sue has a wonderful message for you. And we're going to start off today with a live performance by Dalton. And he's here today and supported by Judy Preble as well. So Dalton.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful 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 day. And thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful friends. Oh, my wonderful friends. My wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. Oh, this healing day. This healing day. Oh, this beautiful day. This beautiful day.
Thank you, Dalton. That was wonderful. So again, I'm Charlie Bourne, a practitioner here at the center. We're glad you join us. You know, if you ever want to check anything out about our center, you just go to our website, which is cslreading.org, and that allows you to find out information about the Zoom classes that we continue to offer during the week, as well as other get-togethers. We have a check-in on Tuesday mornings, a class that Sue puts on, and then as well as on Wednesday, we have a check-in, and many other things going on. So during this purple tier, in Reading anyway, for COVID, we are technically closed, for an open service, but we provide it through Facebook Live and through YouTube, as well as you can get a podcast. But we do have somebody here in the office during the week, and if you need to come by and drop anything off or pick up anything, feel free to do so. And perhaps maybe just call the office first. And so I do have a few announcements I did want to give you. So we have an annual fundraising event during the holiday time, and it's called our Holiday Gift Basket Raffle. And so the Bliss team has prepared an amazing collection of baskets. And so even though it's during COVID, we're still going to do it. And there's many different ways you can put your raffle tickets into these baskets and be part of the drawing. You can either call the office and make arrangements to buy tickets and put the tickets in. You can also go online and see pictures of the baskets and descriptions. And you can also come by during the week and just come on in and take a look and see what the baskets look like. So we do ask you when you come that you wear a mask and practice social distancing, but that can happen. But we do encourage you to participate. The baskets are beautiful, and you can buy tickets through December 13th between 9:30 and 11:30 here on Sundays or during the week. So one ticket is $1, 6 for $5, 12 for 10, and you keep getting a price break as you buy more. We also have our annual endowment fundraising. It's called PIGS. What we do is we collect coins in these piggy banks, and every year we turn them in. And typically we have a big breakfast, in the social hall, and we weigh the pigs, and we have a winner and so forth. Well, we're still going to collect the piggies, and they can be collected today, actually, outside. Diana and a few of her helpers are set up a table outside. You can bring your piggy by and drop it off. And you can also buy tickets for the raffle. So if you want to come by up until 11:30 today, you can do that. So we encourage you to bring your pigs in anytime. And then also, I think last thing I want to mention is we are going to have a Thanksgiving interfaith service online via live stream at Facebook at ShastaInterfaith.org, I think it is. But you can check that out. Just go to our website and you can find out more information or call the center. But that's going to be Sunday, November 22nd between 4 and 5:30 p.m. So it is and one more thing. Many of you may recall that every year we collect a lot of bears or teddy bears, for Blue Santa. And these are bears that we collect, and they go on the stage. We get a couple hundred of them. And then the Reading Police Department will pick them up, and they're used to give to children, that are in need of that kind of tender love, having a bear to hug. And the police department, they hand them out, and they have it's been a very successful program. So you can continue to bring your bears in here. We're going to put them on the stage. We'll have pictures of them, and you can still participate in that program between November 13th and December 13th. So now I'd like to invite Damien up to do today's reading, followed by the invitation of the bell, and then we'll have a prayer, and then we'll have Reverend Sue give her talk today on what is God giving you. Damien?
Good morning. The reading this morning is from the book Creative Ideas by Ernest Holmes. And in this piece titled, Infinite Intelligence Guides Me, Holmes writes, God is all there is, and in every action and reaction, in every circumstance and situation. Whether we call it big or little, there is one power governing, and only one. Science, logic, mathematics, reason, and revelation are on the side of the one who proclaims the allness of God. Feeling and thinking and sensing this allness, we enter into conscious communion with it. And in some subtle way, which we do not understand, its essence flows out into our act, spilling itself in and through everything we do. bringing to bear upon the simplest problems of life an intelligence greater than the human and a power that is transcendent. Today, I affirm the supremacy of good, and everything within me responds to it and announces its presence. A power greater than I am flows through me and into everything I do or think about, automatically making everything whole. There is a transcendence, coordinating, unifying, causing all the experiences of my life to blend into its unity, into its oneness, and proclaiming the power of its might. I now accept the successful action of the divine governor in everything I do, and the abundant expression of the divine provider, fulfilling all my needs.
Please join with me as I allow myself to relax and take in the present moment and to recognize that there is just one love, one God, one power, one spirit that's everywhere present. And I know that I claim for myself and for everyone listening that this exists in everyone at the deepest level. At the deepest level within my core, I know that there is that presence of Spirit, of God. And I recognize the call and the nudge to always want to grow and to expand and to answer the nudge that, what am I about? How do I grow? How do I become more spiritually fulfilled? And then we allow the words and the messages from Spirit to reach us in the most profound and perhaps open way to the answer, to the call. So I give thanks for today and for the teaching and for the message of Reverend Sue, who will be speaking from her heart to yours as she answers the call to the one, to the Spirit, to love. So giving thanks for today, knowing this message and this prayer is true, I simply release, and together we say, and so it is. Reverend Sue? Thank you, Judy.
Good morning. I never quite know where to look on Facebook Live. Do I look that way? Do I look over at the few people that are here? I don't know. God knows, right? I'll look over here. I'll stare over here, and that'll make everybody like, what? What's going on? Good morning. This is a special day, and in a little bit I'm going to, at the end of my talk, I'm going to invite Damien to come back up. We want to hear from him. This is his last day in service as our sound manager, so much gratitude to Damien. And I want him to have a chance to say his goodbyes to all of you, and for you to just send love, beam love his way. But I'm going to talk about the message first. How's that? That's what I'm supposed to do. And I wanted to invite you into some thoughts that I was guided towards. And this has to do with, what is God giving you? And I thought, what a lame title that is. It came from the organization, no offense, organization, but it's just like, what is God giving you? And I thought, that's an interesting turnaround. What is God giving you? What would you talk about with that? What would be your answer to that? Because we're given everything. Everything. End of talk. And I realized, do we receive everything with that same sense of grace and knowing? Because this beingness of the divine is, the law is to manifest all of our desires, that the divine spirit, the mystery, God, whatever you name that nameless, is forever pouring love unto you. Whatever your desire is, whatever your heart longs for, Spirit is giving that right back to you. So I wanted to start with Leonard Jacobson, the story, The Old Man and the River. An old man walked along the banks of a river, lost in thought and repeating over and over to himself that same question, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? For he had forgotten what he wanted. He was so lost in thought that he was unaware of the beauty of the stream flowing past him, nor could he see the butterflies dancing around his shoulders. Suddenly he came to a bend in the river, and he saw two men sitting quietly there, one dressed as the sage, the other dressed as the magician. The sage rose and opened his arms to greet the old man. You seem troubled, old man, said the sage. I've been wandering for years, sighed the old man, and I'm so weary. I keep searching for what I want, but I cannot find the answer. Perhaps my friend the magician can assist you, said the sage. And the old man looked towards the magician, who sat very still with his legs crossed and his eyes closed. How can he help me, said the old man. If you are to find the answer, replied the sage, then you must have the right question. So the magician is listening to the river for the right question. Oh, well, will that be very long? Asked the old man impatiently. The sage was concerned. Don't be impatient, said the sage. Keep yourself occupied while you're waiting. Pay attention to everything that is around you. Listen to the sound of the stream, to the birds singing. Feel the flow of the river. Look at the flowers and the rocks and the trees reaching upwards towards the sky. Be still and listen to your own heartbeat. Just wait. So the old man waited and waited and waited. He paid attention to everything around him, everything inside him. Suddenly, the magician stirred. I have your question, he said, but the old man did not move. I have your question, repeated the magician, and the old man turned to hear. The question is, said the magician, pausing dramatically, what do I want? Bah, that's the question I've been asking all along, said the old man. Well, ask it again now, said the sage. But I already know the answer, replied the old man. I want nothing. You want nothing, repeated the sage, with an amused look upon his face. Yes, said the old man, for while I was waiting, I saw that I already have everything. I just haven't been paying attention. And so the old man sat by the river with the sage and the magician, and they waited, just in case someone else wandered along who had forgotten what he wanted. Sweet story. But have you forgotten maybe what you want? And we keep asking to the divine to answer, but we're not even clear on what we're asking for. And the message here is just wake up and recognize that each and every one of us are fully supported at every moment, as much as we can believe that we are. So every prayer has the gift of our desire already within it, and our answers are already given. So this idea of sitting very still, The invitation is to know, is to learn the language of the divine through intuition and through being very still. So there was a question that was posed, what is more valuable to you, this $100 bill, or say this book, Words from Silence? What's more valuable to you? Now this $100 bill is something that we tend to cling on, especially if it's a cash bill. It's easier if you write a check or a credit card. But when it's a green bill, there's this clinginess that happens. Does it happen the same way? Do we put the same value in a book, in a flower? It's all spiritual. It's all the same. It's all the essence of the divine. Both are equally spiritual. Then we have to recognize there's something in us that we either resist in one, or maybe believe that one is less and the other is more. We limit ourselves, and that's an invitation for you to recognize, what has God been giving me, and how have I limited that grace bestowed upon me? What is the conversation, your conversation with the divine like? Is it gimme, gimme, gimme? This mine, mine. It's all for me, not them. Is it a bargain? If only you would do this for me, God, I'll kind of come around and do this for you. Or is it more like, I'm just not worthy? Or I need to worry a little bit more before I get what I want. These are the things that go on in our consciousness, and they frame a belief system. They frame a perceptual field that we lock ourselves into. So if you're sitting by the river, what are you awakening to? Because the only limitation within you is your thought of that limitation. And I ask you to digest that as I continue to share some thoughts, because this invitation here is to shift you and your dialogue with the divine, to shift you in your prayers, in your communication to whatever that is greater than you, that is bestowing upon you all that you desire. What is your conversation like? David Spangler is a well-known New Thought teacher, and he said, we're not training you in manifestation. We're training you to recognize manifestation. That's a big difference. I remember when I first started this teaching, some of you might remember, let's get a parking place. You know, remember those days? Yeah, let's manifest that parking place. And now we realize there's so much more to this. So we are not training you in manifestation. We're training you to recognize manifestation. Quite a difference. We are not training you to be able to produce things. We're training you to recognize the eternal process of production is all about you, so that you do it because you are it. These are the laws of manifestation. So I'm going to take you a little bit deeper into what the absolute here, as we look at what it really means to be a conduit of the divine. That's what this message is this month, is about being the conduit. How do we discern what God is giving us? How do we get our information? Remember, I mentioned intuition? But this led me down a rabbit hole, a really long rabbit hole, of dreams. What is that going on at night inside of our consciousness? And is this the way the divine is trying to dialogue with us through imagery, to stretch our perceptions, because our dreams can be so darn bizarre. You know, I was realizing as I was reflecting on my dreams as I woke up this morning, gee, in my physical world, I'm always kind of limping and working with my feet. I don't have feet in my dreams. I kind of zoom everywhere. And I'm thinking, where's my feet? Because I'm never complaining. I'm just, all of a sudden, I'm there and there. And I thought, that's fun. And I realized I am outside the physical body, outside the complaint zone of being bound and limited by a physical impairment. And I thought, that is awesome in itself, that freedom. So I thought, first of all, 3 areas of dreams and visions that I kind of wandered into. One is the Bible. I remember as a child, so many stories began with a dream. So-and-so had a dream. And then you realize, well, what does that dream mean? And the interpretation. And that's where I started to realize that only you can interpret your dreams. The images only mean what they mean to you. And as I read through some of the biblical scholars saying this is what that means, I'm going, say what? How can that mean that? And it just, and some of them seemed very harsh, very judgmental. A very mean God was being interpreted by these scholars by what a dream meant in the Bible. And so here, God is trying to speak to you through dreams and visions. So hear this. The Bible defines a dream in Job. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the falleth upon men. I'm going, okay, already I'm lost. The falleth part and the slumbereth part. But then it says several things in the one verse. First, a dream is a vision of the night. The verse also teaches that a dream occurs when deep sleep falls upon men. What happens in deep sleep? Our brain waves slow down. We dive into the subconscious. The subconscious is the realm of potentiality and probability, and it's where we can drop all our perceptions, and we are free, just like my feet are gone in the dream. According to the Bible, the vision is something that occurs when a man is awake, while a dream is something that occurs while a man is asleep. And I thought, okay, we're on the same page there. But dreams can appear to be so real. Haven't you woken up in the startle of a dream? And sometimes you can even wake up mad or sad, and that mood carries on into your day. Charlie knows that about me. And he says, this idea, when you realize it was just a dream, you start to settle down. You start to reframe yourself in your comfortable perceptual field that you have become so comfortable and so accustomed to. And so then you start to interpret what is from those same amount of judgments and walls that you already started with. But the dream, the divine message says break through that. Do you follow me? Do you see that? It's a space beyond. So this reality of your dreams, it may appear real, but it's not a real experience happening, but there's a real message within there. And the same with a vision. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the vision when I come to the Native American aspect of this. But God is trying to tell us something through these visions, through these dreams. And if you're wondering if God speaks through these means, the answer, time and again, is yes. This is a way that the divine has found to speak to us. And so God uses our dreams and visions to bring us instruction, not only to open our ears, but also seals instruction through our dreams that we're notified of our faults, counseled when we're going in the wrong direction, given instructions on the best ways to move forward from these circumstances. The Bible says this, he may speak in their ears and terrify them with warnings. Again, back in Job. God instructs through dreams, imprints upon the soul lasting impressions in a similar way that is a seal to be used to make an imprint. We learn a lot through these instructions. We just have to be open to listen to what is going on inside of us. So here's where it becomes very interesting to me, because our dreams are used by the divine to break down our walls of self-defense. Think about that. To allow your dream to break down your walls of self-defense. I shared with Charlie what occurred to me in my dreams last night were people that I thought I had forgiven were appearing. And I had to be in the same room with these people. And I had to deal with whatever was arising inside of me. So they're produced through our subconscious mind because we can normally bypass with our own structure of self-defense mechanisms, our preconceived notions that we're protecting ourselves. These are our strengths, I'm weak here, so I'm going to protect there. Our dreams go right to the truth of everything, break down the walls of self-defense and allow us to see the true motives that are conditioning our hearts. And we have the opportunity to listen, and then this is where it's so important in those wee hours of the morning, your spiritual practice, you meditate and you enter a whole new place of healing as you use your dreams and your visions to open up your ears. And during that moment when your shell is broken, we are surrounding ourselves with a new way of hearing and listening and discerning what is true. We are listening and hearing what Spirit has to say. And another way that God uses dreams and vision is to bypass our pride. To bypass our pride. Because the stories go on and on inside the dream, and the messages are only for you to interpret, because you have to take in the next day what was the most dominant image, what were the most dominant emotions, and journal it. Not about the story, not about the characters that showed up, but it is about the feelings and the awakenings that are stirring inside of you. So the voice of Spirit is speaking to you through your dreams and visions, and you interpret them. We become conduits of a greater truth. Now, these were some of the verses. There's Genesis, and these were, after these things, the word of the Lord came to Abraham in a vision, saying, "Do not fear, Abram. I am a shield to you. Your reward shall be very great." A dream of great confidence. There's another one that says, God spoke to Israel in visions of the night. "Jacob, Jacob," he said. Jacob responds, "Here I am. Here I am." Several of those stories in the Bible, "Here I am." And it was never answered when they say, "What do you want?" The answer came when you surrendered and said, "How may I be in service to the Lord?" This is what is demonstrated in the Bible. Another one, the Lord said to Paul in the night of a vision, "Do not be afraid any longer, but go on speaking and do not be silent." And then I turned to the voice, here's another one in Revelations that was speaking to me, and having turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. Now that's what usually we're left with in a dream, right? 7 golden lampstands. What do I do with that? And then, so this is where I started. I'm not going to go into how they interpreted all these, because I thought that's, to me, when I see 7 golden lampstands right away, I think because of my indoctrination of my studies throughout a lifetime, I go to 7 chakras. I see light. I see guidance through that. That's not where that story took that, the person that interpreted that. So you realize, these have to be personal to you. Now, another great document of the way the divine is speaking to us is through the Bhagavad Gita. And this is a whole story of Arjuna and Krishna being the avatar, like the Lord, like Jesus, but this is named Krishna in this story, speaking to Arjuna as his disciple, showing him the ways to get over his ego. And it's a whole documentation of the spiritual war against ego, but it is filled with vision and it's filled with dream. And this is the idea leading us that dreams are a means through which our consciousness, this soul Atman, this soul presence in the heart of each and every one of us, is conveying a logical goal of life, and we're understanding that the human form is manifested by spirit and a consciousness within, and the soul Atman is the master and the controller. So often you will hear in the Bhagavad Gita story, if you follow the train of thought, who's driving your chariot? Krishna is usually the driver of your chariot. If you're allowing your ego to slam the door shut on that, you are driven by desire and your senses, and you're just being locked up into your ego. So there's a lot to say on that, but I wanted to just have you have that as a background reference, because when we go to look at dreams again, they are meant to reveal your highest good. They're meant to demonstrate to you that there is a path for you. Something needs to change, something maybe you need to avoid, something that is being revealed in the future. Sometimes it can be the inner mind just working out some of the turmoil that you feel. There's certain issues that are going on inside of you and you're in distress. But there's a message there. There's an answer within the dream. You've been grasping, and as you calm down into the stillness and you ask the divine, what is my message here? The Spirit is urging you to explore a whole new awareness. Break down your walls. Something might feel very uncomfortable, but you're being invited to let it be revealed in a very safe way. And their dreams can guide you and direct you. So you listen to that inner voice and you learn everything you need to know. And that knowing then unfolds and manifests. This is what the divine is giving you. Now the last that I want to share is black elk. And I've always been fascinated by the vision quest of the indigenous people. Their courage, their willingness to fast and to participate in these solo adventures out into nature, out into what they know is the mother, out in knowing that they will be cared for in every way. So Black Elk begins his journey, his vision. Let me just share very briefly. 4 years old, he started hearing his voices. And he said when he was 5, he told his grandfather, when I was 5, my grandfather made me a bow and arrow. The grass was young and I was horseback. A thunderstorm was coming from where the sun goes down. And just as I was riding into the woods along the creek, there was a kingbird sitting on a limb. Oh, it's not a dream right now. This is really happening. And he said, from the distance, from the clouds, perhaps something was looking at me, and he heard, listen, a voice is calling you. And I looked up at the clouds. 2 men were coming from the clouds, head first like arrows slanted down, and as they came, they sang the sacred song, and thunder was drumming, and I will sing it for you, he said. Behold, behold, a sacred voice is calling you. All over the sky, a sacred voice is calling you. Now, these great leaders like Black Elk and so many others that have been documented, they share their visions. They share their visions of what is going on right now. In another documentation that I was reading, the warning, the vision was, be careful when the winds start to stir too quickly. Beware, beware when the winds start upon the earth, and watch how the world is treating children. Isn't that a sign of our times, how we're treating our children right now? Beware. And I thought, these are such wake-up calls, these visions, these ways that the divine is saying, wake up, make a change, take care of one another, love one another, serve one another. We need each other to care deeply at this time. So these vision quests, these dreams, they don't always make sense. But I saw a very clever, and I have to just share this before I'm done, Picasso, what he said. The world doesn't make sense, so why should I paint pictures that do? And I found that, why should every dream make sense? Go ahead and dream, and go ahead and find out what the divine is telling you, so that we continue to co-create a world that works for all of us. So I'm going to invite Judy to play as I invite you to maybe even reflect upon a dream that is floating through you. And there was a beautiful message from some Hindus to this artist that was having his dreams. And he said, the future can only be regarded as probabilities floating upon a sea of infinite possibilities. There is so much infinite possibilities in our world today. May we in this moment be very still and discern an absolute truth that is speaking through us right here, right now. Words from Ernest Holmes, I am divinely guided. We believe that the mind of God governs all things. We believe that there is a divine intelligence governing, guiding, counseling, advising, causing us to know what to do under every circumstance, at all times, if we will but trust it. Our mind is the mind of God within. God has no problems. God is the presence, the power, knows all things, can do all things. But if we take our problems to that high place in our consciousness, it will disappear as we feel the answer is taking the place of the problem. The answer is taking place of the problem. There is nothing that can keep this from happening except our own thought of doubt and limitation. So today, as one, we join into that infinite realm of possibilities. Today, I affirm that each and every one of us are divinely guided and that the Spirit goes before us and paves the way. There is that within each of us that knows exactly what to do and how to do it, and it is compelling us now to act on what it knows. I accept this guidance, and I accept this guidance for each and every one of us, recognizing that we are flowing forth into action. Therefore, we will do what we need to do. We shall know what we need to know. We shall each encounter new ideas that we need. With non-resistance and complete acceptance, we let the inward stream of life carry us safely and assuredly to accomplish every good purpose at this time. As we celebrate this truth together, as we celebrate the wisdom of Ernest Holmes as our backbone of confidence that we're being led in truth, as we allow ourselves to settle quietly at the edge of the rivers, of the streams, and to feel the beauty of the Divine Mother forever bestowing the gifts upon us to bring us the comfort, the nourishment, the truth, the wisdom, the way. We have our answers, and they come from a place of absolute love. So right here and now, we just open to love itself, and we release all sense of doubt or worry or concern or neglect, and we allow ourselves to move forward with courage, with forgiveness, with compassion, with empathy. I give thanks for the opportunity to sit with this question, what does God give to me? And we remember we've got it all, and we give thanks. I release this word knowing it's already so, and it's operating through each and every one of us right here, right now. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you, Judy. Mr. Damien, do you want to come forward and wave goodbye to your friends and talk to them for a moment? We'll leave just Lindy in charge of everything back there. Yeah, my daughter's looking in the sound booth, and She's being very bold back there. So this is Damien's last official day as our sound team manager. So if you want to send a note via the center to honor his service with us, please do so. Just label the envelope Damien, and he'll be sure to get that from you. So if you want to share your heart a little bit, we thank you. Charlie and I have a small token, and then I filled it with a bunch of annoying little knick-knacky things that you have no place to put them, but in your heart. So this is from us to you, and just a small token, but we love you. I'd hug you, but I'll give you the old elbow bump and give you an opportunity to say goodbye.
Serving here at the center has been transformative for me, and I would invite any of you that want transformation, look for ways to serve, especially in this community that we love so dearly. I've been a part of this AV team for the last 8 years, and it's been such a joy for me to find a way to give back. And in doing so, I have been given so much. And at the beginning of your talk, Sue, you asked, how would you answer the question, what is God giving to you? The way I would answer that is simple. Look at the way life is showing up. If it's true, like this reading says that I spoke earlier, the first few words are, God is all there is. And that's what I know to be true. So if God is all there is, and I look at the way life shows up, then that's what is God. That's what God is giving me. Because that is what's showing up. Because that's all that is. Makes sense, right? This is true for the greatest joys of our life and the deepest sorrows of our life. It's all God. It's all taking us and moving us to somewhere, wherever that somewhere is. And for right now, I don't know where my next somewhere is, but I know God is giving me the opportunity to expand and grow even more and take what I've learned here out into the world to share that God that is everywhere with everyone. And I take each of you with me. I take this teaching with me. I take your hearts with me. And I'm grateful for each of you. I'm grateful for this teaching. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Damien. So this is the time when we would normally do our collection. So the virtual collection is, you go to our website, you can find out ways to help support our center and our teaching. You can either mail it in, you can go online and click a button. But any way that you help support this center is a spiritual practice. Because at this time, especially, we have great work to do. And even though we're in the pandemic, we're doing the work. We're offering classes through Zoom. We have some things that are on site with social distancing. But more importantly, we're here to hold the high watch, for each and every one of you, and to interact with you, and to, as we work together, to answer the call to God and the call to Spirit. So on behalf of the center, I thank you for your gifts and your support. Just a reminder, you can still drive by today and buy raffle tickets and drop them off, or drop off your piggy. But At this time, we're going to go into the close of our service. We have Dalton and Judy supporting us today. And thank you very much for being here. And have a great Sunday. Thank you.
And hold your good wishes for Damien. I invite you to stand on up and raise your voice along with mine. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All love now. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, holy. Oh God now. Oh God, holy, holy. Oh God, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is God, holy, holy. That's why all is one now. All one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is one, holy, holy. That's why all is good now. All good, holy, holy. Raise your voices now. All good, holy, holy. I said, all in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. I said, all in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. Oh.
Yay. You do that song so beautifully. Yeah, thank you. One of our favorites here. So Charlie and I wish you a happy day. Enjoy the damp weather, the rain upon the Mother Earth, and Dream sweet dreams tonight, and may your answers reveal a truth that you make a difference in the world. Namaste and love.